Okay, so here we are back in the lamp that we made last time. So we're gonna add some life to this lamp, mainly some color and some lights. So the first thing I like to do before I start adding colors, I like to name, like organize myself. So I'm gonna name these things. So when I'm adding color and life to them, I know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna name this the base. So double click on that base, and this, I don't know what you call this. I'm going to call it the shaft. Um, I'll be up all night wondering what it's called, but for now it's going to be the shaft. This will be the shade. And this will be the bulb. This thing here, I'm calling it the hanger. It's the thing that holds the shade. So hanger. And this little thing here is going to be the switch. Turns it on and off. Okay, so now that everything's named, I'm going to add some color. So I'm going to make this. So go down here, click on the base, go down here to material, and we're going to make it, I don't know, blue. Oh yeah, we got to change we're in render mode here. So blue, maybe make it a little darker like that. And I'm going to make it shiny. So I'm going to bring the roughness down. So that is the base. So this thing I'm calling the shaft. You know, a lamp in my house, this is a brass color. So I'm going to make this kind of a browny, brassy, shiny thing. And the hanger, I will choose the same material, so we don't have to recreate that. Now we're left with the shade and the bulb. So at the moment, I'm going to duplicate this shade. I'm going to go to Object, Duplicate Object, and so I'm just going to leave it right there, but I'm going to hide it. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that later. So now for the rest of these things, we have to jump over into the shader. So we're going to go shader. And when I'm in the shader, I like to look at a couple of views here. So I'm going to go to the 3D viewport here. And I'm going to go into render mode up here. And I'm just going to zoom in on this so I can see it reasonably well. I'm also going to zoom in on this one in the shader. And then down here, oh, I'm in the way. We'll move me over here. So I just want to move this out of the way. And then we're going to make this the shader editor right here, where you can see all the nodes. So if I click on this, you can see that node. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to hide this shade. We're going to work on the bulb. So here we are on the bulb, and we are going to add a new material. And by default, it adds a color and a material output. So we are going to delete this, and we're going to add. So Shift A to add into the shader, and we're going to add, rather than a principal BSDF, we're going to add a principal volume. And we're going to connect the nodes with volume to volume. And then we're going to increase the emission to like 1,000. And that's going to give this like a glowing effect. And that's kind of what we want. So now if we put the shade back on this, you can see it's okay, but you only can see the light from a certain angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this shade, and we're going to do a new material. And what we're going to do is just turn the alpha down on this. And by doing that, it becomes more not transparent, but translucent. So I like that. That looks good. Now, we could stop here, and I think this is a great looking lamp. But I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to the second shade, I remember I duplicated this. So I'm going to add this shade, and I am going to highlight that object, and I'm going to grab it, move it down the Z axis, and I'm going to scale it. Grab it, move it down the Z axis a bit more, and then scale it. Grab it, move it down the Z axis a bit more, scale it. And what this is, I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a new material. We're going to delete this again and Shift A to add, and we're going to add a volume again. And just a warning about volumes. PCs, they get maxed out on volume a lot. So you got to use this sparingly. So we're going to, so this is kind of not the look I'm going for. It's kind of a dark. So we're going to turn this, whatever this is called, I can't even pronounce it, but we're going to turn that way down. And then the density down. Turn it up a bit. There. So you kind of have this, it kind of shows light shining down. So that's kind of just a bonus thing if you like that look, or if it works in your isometric room. But that is bringing this lamp to life. So anyway, thanks for watching.